Many interpretations of Golding's Lord of the Flies talk about symbolism, identifying Ralph with civilization and responsibility, and Jack with savagery and violence. Such interpretations miss the point in three important ways. First, regarding symbolism. Second, regarding Ralph's and Jack's personalities. And lastly, regarding the sources of evil. The book is not unusually symbolistic. Instead, it shows the actions and development of real human beings. It is classic storytelling, not allegory. Notwithstanding the fact that any good storytellers will use their guiding motives, various cultural references, and usually also a few symbols. Ralph is not particularly kind, rational, or responsible. Instead, about 2/3 of the considerable amount of violence, wantonness, revelry, mockery, and cruelty shown in the first chapter of the book originate in him rather than in Jack. Unfortunately, this clear tendency is much diluted in the films, but it is still visible.
What's your name? Ralph. I don't care what they call me, as long as they don't call me what they did at school. What's that? They used to call me Piggy. Piggy? As long as you don't tell the others. Aren't you coming in? Oh, it's hot. No, my auntie wouldn't let me. Counter my asthma. Sucks to your asthma. There,
You're talking too much. Shut up, Fatty.
His name's not Fatty. His real name's Piggy.
Piggy?
Finally, the forces driving the children to inhumanity arise from experiences of their former lives in Western civilization. It isn't nature that is working calamity, so all that talk about savagery is somewhat misleading.
I agree with Ralph. Got to have rules and obey them. After all, we're not savages. We're English. And the English are best at everything. So I'll have lots of rules. And when anybody breaks them...
I think we ought to have a chief to decide things.
Yes, someone must take charge. I ought to be chief. I'm chief chorister and head boy.
Jack's in charge of the choir. What do you want them to be?
Hunters. Choir, take off your togs.
So, calling this a novel about regression into savagery is an essentially racist perspective, and taking Ralph and Jack as symbols of good and evil is a false dichotomy, missing Golding's message that oppression is inherent in Western civilization and that all humans are prone to brutality. Don't forget that in his frame story, England is just fighting a nuclear war.